have some stand-up comedy from someone who I like to say has been thinking they're funny for about as long as they've been able to stand.
Ha ha! So funny.
Thanks, Dylan. Anyway, introducing Dylan Morgan.
Alright. I appreciate the laughs before I've said anything. Makes me feel confident. Alright, so tonight they told me it had to be clean comedy. I know, boo! So I figured I'd talk to you guys about some things that I really don't like. You could say I hate them. So I have a list that I made, and I feel like I've been with you all night, so we're going to talk about some of them. I'm nothing if not professional. Alright, let's get after this. Things I hate. Number 1, infomercials. They're pretty much all awful. There are some funny ones, like the ShamWow guy is kind of funny, you know, and obviously the flex tape dude, you know, I sawed this boat in half. Like, that's funny enough. Like, you can keep that on TV. But like, the rest of them gotta go. Like, those ones for the nightlight pillows, out of here. All these other, the thing with me is like, they lie to you all the time. Like, this is the best example I can think of. So, I'm sitting in my living room, and it's like 11 p.m., and I'm watching like Cops or something, I don't know. And, but this infomercial comes on for an oxygen tank. So, yeah, I know, they make them for anything at this point. So, it's like, the best part is now, I think they thought I was an old person who needs an oxygen tank. So, I don't know what that says about what I watch on TV. But, so, the whole ad was basically like, you know, old people who need oxygen have these oxygen tanks that they carry around on wheels behind them. And the whole thing, the stick was, it was an oxygen tank that you can wear like a purse, and you can take it with you. And so they're showing these people with oxygen tanks like walking through the park, and they're like, you know, buying their medicine at the pharmacy, like whatever old people do with oxygen tanks. And so basically, it got to the point at the end where it's like, call 1-800 blah 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 now to, you know, get it mailed to you for $18.99 5 times plus shipping and handling. Like, they give you all this weird math. Like, they can't just tell you how much the thing is. And then this is what got me. They go, try it now for 30 days, risk-free. And then I was like, this is an oxygen tank. How do you use that risk-free? Like my grandma has one of these, and I remember like having to, you know, turn up my oxygen. And so, you know, I go and turn it up because if she doesn't have enough oxygen, she can't breathe. And so I was like, how do you use an oxygen tank risk-free? They're just all bad. Like, infomercials need to be eviscerated. In the same vein, the next one I have is local car dealership ads. Go home and turn on like channel 6 for 30 minutes, and I guarantee you, you'll see one. You like know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, not the ones where it's like they bring like 7 people to a Chevy like shelter in the middle of the, like, you know, those national ones. Not, they're bad, but not those ones. I'm talking about the ones that like to scream at you about car dealerships around you. Like, Rosen, da da da. Like, they're awful. Like, they're getting you way too excited. They advertise it like it's helium. And in reality, you get in there, and then you shop for a car for an hour, and then you argue with some dude who's like middle-aged trying to get you to pay way too much for like another 2 hours, and then you have to do your credit. Like, it's not that fun. And then they show somebody walking out with keys like, Rosen, and it's awful. It's all awful. So those gotta go. You know, same thing. People who drive awful. So there's like, I've had my license for a while now, so I finally feel like, you know, certified enough to talk about people who suck at driving. And so like, there's like 2 schools of thought on like how to drive bad. There's like the people who drive way too fast all the time. Like, they're like zooming down the road, like 20 over, like veering in and out of lanes. Like, somebody needs to tell them, like, there's no prize at the end. Like, I-94 is not Talladega. Like, just cut it out. It's, oh. I can't stand it, because it's like, and they're like a 98 Honda Accord with no muffler, like, and it just, I hate it, like I can't stand it. So after that, there's the people who drive way too slow. And like, I cannot make this up, driving here in the parkway, there was someone going 10 miles an hour. I was just like, they make this too easy to talk about. Like, just, why can't we all go 5 over like everyone else does and call it a day? Like, use your blinker and just go the same speed. Oh, so yeah, that one gets me pretty heated if you couldn't tell. Let's see, what's next? People who are unnecessarily rude to door-to-door salesmen. So, what you may not know is, for about, I don't know, 6 months, I was a door-to-door salesman. I sold lawn care throughout, like, all the way from, like, Hartford, all the way down to, like, here. And I worked for a company named Weed Man. That's 100% real. That was the name. And so we'd go out in vans of, like, 6 people in, like, January. So it is, like, awful outside. And we just knock on doors, like, "Hi, would you like a lawn care quote today?" And, you know, most people would just be like, "Nah, I'm good," and close the door. Or they'd, like, for some reason, want a lawn care quote from me on their doorstep, which was cool. And, but the worst was people who were just, like, super mean for no reason. Like, I had a guy threaten to kill me once. This is how it went. And then I see him get off of the couch, and he's got like a Make America Great Again hat on, not making this up. Like boxer briefs and a wife beater tank with like a mustard stain. And he opens the door and sets off his own house alarm. So he goes, beep, 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 beep. And then 2 of his cats dart out on the front lawn. And I literally said nothing. Yeah. So I'm standing there, and he's, you set the alarm off. Where am I? Hold on. And then he like goes back, and he gets his coat, and then he comes back, and he's got like cat food, and he shakes it on the ground right in front of me, so his cats come back, and then he like kicks them back in the house, and after that, he's like, "What do you want?" And I was like, "Hi, sir. I'm with Weed Man Lawn Care. We're just in the neighborhood today, giving out, you know, no obligation, risk-free lawn care quotes to you and your neighbors." And he goes, "I don't want a lawn care quote." And I was like, "Okay, have a good night. Get off my property before I shoot you." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I ran, like, out of the cul-de-sac and called my supervisor, like, "We need to leave." And so there was just stuff like that all the time. I had a friend get chased with a bat once. We got calls, but like they called the cops on us all the time. Yeah, so it was rough. So when they knock on your door, like, they're not there for fun. So just be nice and be like, "Nah, I'm good." Just close the door. Like, that's the whole moral of that story. Like, just be nice. What's next? I hate babies in public. Now, hold on. Yeah, just calm down. Hold on. Hear me out, okay? I'm not saying that I don't like babies. What I'm saying is you shouldn't have a 2-year-old in the movie theater, okay? Like, we go to the movies and I'm trying to watch Venom, which, if you didn't know, is rated R. And pretty graphic and, like, very vulgar language. And somebody walks in with not 1, but 2 baby carriers. They had twins in the movie theater for Venom. And they walk in, and they sit down, and poof, they bought them seats right next to them. And so I was like, wow, that's interesting. And maybe 15 minutes into the movie, like, you're still trying to get the backstory of what's going on, and the guy's like in a convenience store, and then you just start hearing, and they let this kid go on for 5 minutes, just like screaming his head off. Like, somebody said it earlier today, like, if your kid's under 3, just keep them at home. Like, just stay home with them until they're like, you know, potty trained? I don't know, I think it gets too much sometimes. It reminds me why I do not want to have kids anytime soon. I just can't take it. I love babies, but when I want to see a baby, I'll go see a baby. I don't need to see it in the movie theater. Wow. All right, I hate being colorblind. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I am colorblind. And I know you're all thinking it right now. What color can you see? Here's the thing. I can see a bunch of colors, but some of them get confusing sometimes, and that's how it works. But all the time, people just love to be like, oh man, what color can you see? Is it all gray? And I'm I'm not a dog. I just, reds and greens look brown sometimes. And then I had a teacher one time who figured out that no, not math. It was AP U.S. History and Government. Yes, Mr. Grossel, if you know him. Mr. Grossel figured out that if he used this brownish tan background on the smartboard, which is like a whiteboard for those of you that aren't in school, if he wrote in a red or green marker, I couldn't see it. So as soon as he figured that out, for the rest of the year, he'd use that same brown background and write in red and green all the time and just be and I'm I don't know what that says! So that was great. And so, thanks. I hate having to deal with it all the time. Let's see, we're getting down to the end here. Here we go. This one's pretty personal to high school. Some of the older folks in the crowd won't get this one. I hate all the underclassmen who vape in the bathroom. Yeah. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, vaping is these little, they look like USB sticks, okay? And they got batteries in them, and they got this juice that has nicotine and flavors in it, and you and then you it's like smoking cigarettes basically, but it's supposed to be healthier and all this mess. But the thing is, so there's no flame, and it just smells like mangoes or cherries or whatever the heck they get it in, right? But the problem is, they've decided now that you also have to be 18 to buy it, so no one here should have it really, but somehow they all do, and it's the same thing. I go to the bathroom because I have to pee, and you get in the door, and here's 4 freshman dudes with Supreme headbands and their pants around their down here, and they're just standing in a circle by the wall. And then you look, and all of the urinals and all of the stalls are open. And it's I wonder what you're doing in the bathroom, not using the bathroom. What a concept, And then you open the door and you just get blasted in the face with mango, cherry, pears. It's awful. And it's all at once. And you're just oh my gosh, calm down. Or you go to open the door to the locker room, and they think they're really slick, nobody's gonna catch them. And you open the door, and it looks like somebody literally just threw a smoke grenade in there. It just comes rolling out. And I'm yeah, don't worry. The administrators are never gonna find out. And so they did, because they're not, brain dead. And so now, if I go to class over here, the bathroom right there is locked because they couldn't get them to stop vaping. So now I have to walk clear across the building to the other side of campus to take a pee. And guess what happens when I walk in? Same 4 kids doing the same thing. Can you not step outside or not do that while you're here? Because I'd appreciate it. Because now I have to take 20 minutes to go pee. All right. They need to stop. All right. I hate my family on Facebook. Oh yeah, all the young people laughed. Did not hear any parents laughing. Here's the thing. Facebook is mainly people over the age of 20 at this point, and I think I don't know about you guys, I assume from the laughter, you know what I'm talking about. Everybody has that one crazy uncle who just shares The Onion posts and thinks they're real. Or just crazy family members that you don't see or talk to, but they're posting I have this one aunt who is one of these super born again Christians. She watches Daystar all the time. If you don't know what that is, it's like these televangelists, and oh my goodness, she thinks the world's gonna end every 2 weeks. I mean, it's like she'll share something that's like, the blood moon is coming and the stars of Israel are aligning and we're all gonna die. And every 2 weeks it's a new kick of how the world's gonna end. And so I keep waiting for her to be right, but you know, it just never comes. I've kind of given up. So my whole family just needs to get off of Facebook. The last thing I have is, I hate that if you didn't think I was funny, I still have to see you through the next 3 acts, because I have to go back and MC now. But I hope you all enjoy. Thank you so much.
Yeah!